I'm Marina, and this is Pineapple Knits, a video cast about knitting, spinning, and other fiber arts. You can connect with me on social media at Pineapple Yarn, or connect with me on my website at pineappleyarn.com. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope everything is going so well with you, and I'm so happy to be joining you again this week. It has been so great here. I've been crafting a lot, I've been working a ton, so just staying busy as usual. We're kind of in the throes of summer. My garden is slowly, it's just kind of spent right now, so there's that. You know, it's mid-August, so that's just natural. But grab a beverage and let's get started. Today I am drinking I mean, for lack of better words, it's fake coffee. It's by Rasa, and it is, I think it's their cacao brew. I'll put a link below. Basically, it smells like chocolate and it kind of tastes like coffee, so I'm just gonna go with it and pretend that it's coffee. It smells really good, it tastes really good, and I brewed it in my French press. So that is my afternoon beverage of choice, and it's really good. I am also wearing my first Sunshine Coast sweater, which I absolutely love. I wear all the time, and it's just a fabulous pattern. I made this out of bamboo pop, which is, it has bamboo and I can't remember, maybe some cotton. I can't remember the exact blend. And it is so great for warm, humid weather. Maybe not the warm part, but definitely the humidity. This just is such a fabulous sweater. So I'm wearing it today because sometimes if I'm not moving around a ton, the AC tends to be a little cool, even though I keep my AC pretty high or low. I don't know, it's not as cold in my house as most people's. I'll just say that, at least in the US. But sometimes if I'm not working and running around and stuff, that it gets a little chilly. So I'm wearing this today, but yeah, I want to share with you, first of all, that my finished object. Now, I did give you a sneak peek of this last week, but this is the completely finished Dahlia Solo sweater. How cute is that? It turned out so cute. I absolutely love it. So this pattern, I've talked about it in a few of the past podcasts. This is a sweater for one of my good friends' daughter, and it's just so cute. It has this cabling. It's not a cable, I guess it's just kind of a cute little leaf motif at the top. And this pattern is so versatile. It has many different sizes for children, babies and children. I made the second smallest size. And I did not change anything in the pattern. If anything, I changed the buttonholes. So what I did is they just did I guess it's the simple, you know, yarn over buttonhole. I hope I'm not giving too much away, but what I did was I did a 2-stitch bind off because I knew that I may want to have a little bit bigger button on it, only because I think small buttons are super cute on babies' clothing, but if you're a parent and you're sleep deprived, you need a little bit bigger button because those little buttons are really hard to control. So I went into my stash and I found these really sweet mother of pearl buttons. I was able to find enough. I found 7 of them, and I think I put more buttons on that were called for in the pattern. Don't really know. Honestly, when I start knitting, I do really well with kind of vague patterns that say like space buttonholes evenly and that's it. I mean, I do really well because I just kind of throw buttonholes in and it works out. And then I end up doing that even when when they call for specific buttonhole and a specific number. That's not always a good thing. It's just how I knit. So this turned out so cute. Let me give you a close-up of these buttonholes because these buttons because they're so sweet. So these, I have a lot of mother of pearl vintage antique buttons in my stash. These are just really, really sweet buttons. I think they are so pretty on this periwinkle colored sweater. But I think this turned out really cute. So this will make a really great gift. I'm happy to have finished it, and I'm happy to have tried this pattern out finally because it's been in my queue on Ravelry for quite a while and on my wish list. So most likely I'll be knitting this pattern again because it just turned out really, really cute. So of course I began my new pattern. I cast on for this as soon as I sewed the buttonhole or the buttons on my last sweater. And this is going to be a sweater for my daughter. This is the party top by, I believe it's Abbye Knits. I will put all the details below, but I am using Sure Thing. This is a yarn, my hand-dyed yarn from Pineapple Yarn, and this is where I'm at so far. It is a top-down raglan pattern with a really cute eyelet motif in the sleeves. And I wasn't sure last week if I would go with the eyelet, but my daughter said she wanted them, so I went with it. It is knitting up so fun. This yarn is definitely one of my favorites anyway, but the colors are just gorgeous in the sweater, and she is loving how it knits up, which is all that matters. I ended up doing just a 1x1 rib on the neck, which is different from the pattern, but like I just said with my other sweater, sometimes I just start knitting and I just don't pay attention to the pattern. So that's how I knit. But look how pretty this yarn is caked up. I think it looks so pretty. The colors are amazing. And the sweater itself, I have on really small needles because I'm just about ready to divide for the sleeves. But you can get kind of an idea of how this yarn is knitting up, and it is so fun. This is on my Lani DK base, which is a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. And I am really running low on this base right now. I'm hoping to restock a lot of DK very soon. Fingers crossed, as I have said with all of my yarn, fingers crossed I can actually source yarn. So yeah, this sweater is just so cute. And one other thing I wanted to mention with this sweater is I'm knitting it on a US size 6, and that is what is called for in the pattern. So this is a rare exception. I was trying to see what it was in millimeters, and let's see. I think it's a 4. Yes, it's a 4 millimeter. So a US 6, 4 millimeter. This is a rare exception that I would use the called for needle size in a pattern, but I know what I get gauge on in my with a certain needle and this base, and I always use a 6. If I size down a needle size, it would be a 4 for you know, ribbing and that. So yay, this is turning out really fun. This is basically all I want to work on right now. It's really, really fun. And I don't have anything currently on my loom. I have a project planned for it. I have several projects planned for it, but I have one specific plan, and I actually needed to get everything, you know, all the yarn. It uses 2 different types of yarn. I needed to get something to tighten up the warp. I had to gather all of my materials before I actually started. But I found a really great pattern on Etsy called I believe it was thick texture dishcloth, and it caught my eye because I really wanted to practice. So on my loom, which I've mentioned before is a Kromsky Presto 10-inch loom, I want to practice so many different types of weaving. So when I do, because I definitely do want a larger loom, but I want to get really good on my little 10-inch loom first. And so I've been trying to find some purposeful patterns and ideas about what I can weave up to be useful on my loom. And I did find this pattern. It is a waffle weave pattern, and one of the reasons that I wanted to start it is because it uses a pickup stick to add just that extra texture on the dishcloth. And so that's a technique I wanted to practice, and I was really excited to find that pattern so I can, number one, make useful things, and especially home items. That was really why I wanted to start weaving. And then number two, so I can practice another technique. So I will be starting that in the next week, and hopefully I'll have some progress to share with you next week on that. I'm really, really excited to get that started. And then for my spin, oh my goodness. Yes, it had a bit of a mishap. And really it's my fault. So where I have my spinning wheel, and my spinning wheel is a Kromsky Minstrel. It's a castle style wheel, so it's not wide, it's mostly just taller, but it's fairly compact. And so I keep it in the very corner of my living room, kind of behind a couch, so it's out of the way. You know, it's actually a really great wheel, and it's durable, so I don't mind if the children look at it or want to treadle a little bit. I kind of feel like it's one of those things that if they don't get to do that, then it's mysterious and more damage can happen because I'm not there when they're using it, if that makes any sense. So I always have that there. Last night I was working on a spin, and it was really beautiful. I was having a great time, and it was turning out great. And today I was doing things in the house, and my son, who's 2 years old, he's just into everything, and I had left the bobbin on the wheel. That's what I did. And I always take the drive band off so it just can't be spun, I guess. And anyway, he took the end of the singles that I had been spinning up and proceeded to run them around the house. I mean, I'm sure it was really fun taking the end of the yarn and running all over the house, tangling the yarn all over the house, and it happened just in the blink of an eye. Needless to say, a lot of that spin is completely ruined. I tried to salvage some, but it just wasn't happening. So I was going to show you my nearly full bobbin today, and I don't have much to show now. So anyway, that's that. And I will work on the rest of my fiber that I have from that spin next week, and I'll show you and hopefully make a little progress on that. And I guess it's a lesson learned. I really cannot keep a bobbin on the wheel. I need to tuck it away after I'm finished with it, and yeah. So that was that with my spinning. Yeah. Anyway, so that is all I've been crafting on this week. I've been knitting cotton dishcloths as I do at the beach all the time. I have several done in my really neat black and white twisty fabric or yarn, but they need the ends woven in. So as soon as I do that, I'll share them with you so you can get an idea of how big they are and what they look like. They're really fun. I've just been enjoying that so much this summer. But yeah, other than that, that is all that's going on here. I will be filming a shop update preview video after this if you want to join me for that. And I wanted to mention I have shipped out all of your clubs for August. Thank you so much for purchasing those and pre-ordering those. They have been so much fun to dye up, and September's pre-orders are now up in the shop as well. And I guess the last thing I want to leave you with is that I will be having a shop update this Friday. So the shop update will be this Friday, August 14th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time at pineappleyarn.com. I'd love if you join me there. I have some kits, I have some yarn, lots of fun things. So thanks so much for supporting the shop and supporting me and my family. I really, really appreciate it, and I hope the yarn is bringing you lots of joy, and yeah, I hope you are absolutely loving it. But besides that, I can't wait to see you next week. I hope to get lots more crafting done with no mishaps this time. And yeah, I hope you are doing really great wherever you are. I hope you're having a really wonderful end of the summer, and join me next week for lots of crafting. Until then, I hope you have an awesome day. Bye.